Hey guys, welcome to the first video in a series where I make a fighting game. My name is Derek, and today we are going to be setting up some basic controls and some player art. So, the first thing I did was that I created a concept for a stickman, but this quickly got scrapped, not because the stickman was a bad idea, I just felt like I needed to make a basic stickman to get the core concepts in. So, the stickman that you're seeing be made right here is the Stickman. This guy was pretty fun to make, but the results were unusual, which I didn't like too much. While past me makes the Stickman, let me explain the concept. It will be a simple fighting game, specifically a simple platform fighting game. I'm doing this because in the future I want to be making cooler fighting games, and this will basically be my way to learn how to make fighting games. Anyway, my silly stickman that I created will be the first of many. For example, after I finish the core mechanics, I might make a little ghost designed for launching players in the air. But that's not very important right now. We need to talk about this stickman. This stickman is a very balanced character. He's mostly average for his stats, but he will have a very powerful special that is supposed to change his form and make him become really powerful. Similar to like Goku's Super Saiyan. So anyway, after I made this first project, I started to do some basic programming and level design, as you see right here. Um, After tweaking a few values, which you'll see coming along, I started to program again. This time I wanted to create air jumps because in a lot of platform fighting games, air jumps are essential to the game. I also revamped some of the controls, but that comes a lot later. See, something that I forgot to do was that I forgot to make it so that the player could actually use those controls. So for a while, I was actually using the arrow keys and the spacebar. I still use the spacebar later on, but you know, it's just better whenever you can use A and D for movement. So um, I made it so that there was, air jumping and as you can probably see, and I also made it so that the player could have like walking animations and things like that, and have acceleration and deceleration. It has a lot of strange bugs, which I think are really funny. So after this, I just kind of messed around a little bit with these weird controls because, like I said, they were strange. See, the thing I forgot to do was I made it so that the speed would be set to zero, like would start to decelerate. The thing is with the Godot, especially with the template that I was using right here, um, the velocity requires the speed value. So if you set it to zero, it does some wonky things, which I didn't want it to do. So, um, after a while, I just kind of gave up on it because, I needed to make progress on my game, and that was just not a high priority right now. So I made it basically immediately stop as soon as you stop, which isn't usually good, but gotta go with the like what you can go with. What did I just say? I have no idea. Anyway, so I started working on the air jumping after this, and this took a little bit, but I managed to get it to work. Actually, in the next few moments, you can see me start to tweak it a little bit, and it's pretty funny because at first, Godot's velocity system is also a little wonky, as I've discovered. Um, so what happens basically is it seems to be more of an exponential value, um, and instead of it being like an arithmetic value, so it doesn't have a consistent change rate. Um, so what I decided to I basically had to tweak it for a little while. And funny fact, it's actually higher than the jump, so it can be very good for recoveries. So um, when so I decided to start working on the walking animation because I was kind of tired of seeing it do its funny little dance. So after a bit of work, I managed to get that in, and I started to organize a little because who doesn't love organization in a video where I'm supposed to be making a game? Kind of awkward. So anyway, here I've completely forgot of the frame rate system that Godot has. So I just kind of slowed all the animation frames down, which kind of was awkward and annoying. So yeah, that was fun to figure out. And I've been working in Godot for a while, so I wasn't expecting to not be good at that. So after this, I just did a little bit more testing, and yeah, here it was. I finally changed the values to make them actual values for the player inputs, like the values for the player inputs. So they're actually good. Um, Here I also worked on some falling animations, and I tried to make an air jump animation, but it was very weird. So if you guys have any suggestions, please tell me them. Also, strangely, I forgot to mention this, but um, my my jumping animation wasn't really working, the way I wanted it to. So you don't actually see it. Here, I actually made a quick delay for whenever the player leaves the ground, because I thought it could be cool to have like something like that. I was trying to make the animations work. Yes, yeah, that's what I was actually doing. I was trying to make the jump work, but it never seemed to work, and I couldn't figure it out. So I just kind of ignored that and moved on after a while of testing. So eventually, I'll add air jumps and I'll add air jump animations as well. Because who doesn't like air jump animations? So I will also get the jump animations fixed. I just couldn't figure them out at the time. Um, Not at the time. Right now, I can't figure them out right now. So um, I started working on an attack. And it took me a while to tweak this a little bit. So I made it a very short ranged attack, um, so that it's very short range, but similar to Kirby's neutral attack in Super Smash Bros. So it's just him slapping the air a little bit, because the most effective tactic in combat is to just slap the crap out of the person you're fighting. So I added the input for that and didn't forget to add it in. Wow, that's impressive. So then I started working on the hitbox system, which, oh boy, I know will be the bane of my existence in future videos. So if you like to watch people suffer, consider liking and subscribing, because that's all I'm probably going to be doing for the next few days. um, so the hitbox system is pretty simple. It basically just it works by scaling the box depending on what I needed to do, and it also changes position depending on what it needed to do. So um, I made sure to make it so that the attack animations override the walking animations and stuff. Because who wants to attack somebody by walking? That's actually not that bad of an idea now that I really think about it. So I think that could be a cool character concept. It's just a guy who kind of kicks you down and then starts walking on you. So I started setting up some variables for attacks, and like um, these the attack system for my game will also a lot of attacks will be kind of high damage. Like the scaling is very high. For example, the like a basic attack would be 1, and a like heavy attack would be like 2 or 4 or something crazy like that. So um, that won't have any skewing problems or anything like that, and won't be frustrating at all to deal with in the future. Cross your fingers, everyone. So anyway, I set up the hitbox and made it red for the debug, which is what you've been seeing for a lot of it. That's why everything is tinted blue. I probably should have mentioned that earlier, but I forgot to. Um, so my mistake, everyone. Um, so after this, I started to make the hitbox system like actually flesh it out a little and make it so that it switches positions depending on if the sprite is flipped or not, which is what you're seeing on screen right now. So um, after a while of adjusting and revamping things, I managed to get a system that somehow worked. Um, as you can tell, that didn't happen immediately, but it happened shortly after. Um, I also started working on a tile set for the player to, um, be able to walk on, because I don't like making like the the collision shapes and everything like that because it's just really annoying when you could just easily make a tile map. Godot also had a new update where it's just tile map layers instead of like an actual tile map. Kind of frustrating because I was like, why can't I use tile maps? But I understood the assignment shortly after and made it not collide because I was gaslit into thinking that it would just automatically have collisions for some reason. I don't know my logic sometimes. So that's mostly what I did for this video. Um, I hope you guys enjoyed, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to watch people suffer. Um, and this is the finished result of the game. So next time, I will be making more attacks, and I will be making a combat system that actually works, so that you can actually like punch and fight and stuff. I will also make like health system and a knockback system. A lot of cool stuff coming up next. Um, I might not get all of those done in the next video, but I will be working towards those. So I hope you guys enjoy, and um, bye. See you next time.